What's up, everyone? Welcome to A Love Like That podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Jacqueline.
And we are here. It is another day. We are here. We are
Blessed.
Yes, another day, another episode. Oh, also, by the way, I think this is great that we're getting a chance to do this because now the other episodes have actually aired already.
Yes.
So, if you guys are not aware, from here on out, every Sunday, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Sundays, 8 p.m.
Y'all know where to be.
A Love Like That podcast will be broadcast on YouTube. And then obviously you guys can catch it on iTunes, Spotify,
Yes.
Google Podcasts, YouTube
Yes.
Music, everywhere else there, okay?
Yes.
So from now on, Sundays, 8 p.m.
Sundays at 8.
Not every, but every.
Every.
That's where you
Y'all,
guys be
that's
able
a
to find us.
serious commitment. So we're going to need you guys to commit. Subscribe.
All that in between, yeah.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell 4 more friends.
Yeah.
Come
all
on,
that in
guys.
between.
We're making a commitment to you.
So yeah, we are committing
We need
to
a
our commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From you guys.
Yeah, so we're committing to our commitment to make sure that we are
Yes.
being consistent with our podcast. So we've released like about 3 or 4 in the past week or whatever the case is, just
Yes,
kind of
check
catch
those
up.
out.
Right. So yeah, make sure you guys check them out.
Keep it in
So
motion.
we talked about so much on there. I mean, before I even get into all that, okay, today's podcast is brought to you by The Marriage Bubble, which is our brand new book. Okay, make sure that you guys go grab it. All right. So. The Marriage Bubble has been doing really good out there in the streets, and so we're just so happy that that's affecting and touching and blessing so many people and touching lives and touching marriages and just blessing them. So that is who is our sponsor for our show today, which is us.
Yes.
So we're happy about that.
We are investing in us.
Yeah.
The Marriage Bubble. Well,
Yeah, we're
since
happy
you
about
said
that.
that, babe.
What's up?
It just seems like a great time to, do my little flip through. Let's see what we got. It's
The flip through.
I'm telling you.
Go for
All
it.
right, guys. Y'all should know by now. I am committed that it's just good gems, good things all through this book. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to see where the Spirit moves us. We're going to see what the people need to hear.
I think this is awesome. I really do.
Whoa. Hold on. I went all the way through. Hold up, guys.
Try it again.
Ooh, me fingers. Got to put a little Vaseline on them. Okay, ready?
Wow.
Y'all, I was one of those people who could not, for real, shuffle. Like it.
Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. Okay, before we even get to to this part here, you are a liar about that.
What about shuffling?
Shuffle. You're better than me. Listen. Okay. Let me tell myself
better
real
than
quick.
You. Y'all, we're gonna have to give y'all a visual one day, cause
Wait. No, because all right. So let's go. Now we about to sidetrack and all this other
sidetrack,
stuff.
guys.
Okay, but this is
I
cool.
got my finger in the book.
No, listen. So Jackie went to HBCU.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to the Fort Valley State University.
And so
Clark Atlanta University.
I would go down and visit with her, and if you go to HBCU,
Wait, a little bit of Albany State. Come on, y'all.
Get
Connect with
credit
all
to
of
all
y'all.
of them. Yeah.
All of y'all.
Exactly. Shout out to all of them.
Yes.
To the Rams, to the Wildcats, everybody.
Yes, the Wildcats first.
Yes.
Clark
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then the Rams. Like, hey, y'all.
It's all good.
Gave me a good scholarship.
But going to HBCU, it seems as if it's a requirement. It's a rite of passage.
It is a rite of passage.
To know how to play spades.
You're going to learn today.
And going down there, you figure it out. I mean, we used to play like in high school, whatever the case is. But still, though, it's a different level when you're playing in college and just learning it, everywhere else. So shuffling is an important piece of it. And every player has to shuffle after each game. And I used to hate when it was my turn. Because I knew my black card might get revoked. Because I didn't know how to shuffle. I finally figured out how to deal, kind of. But that shuffling aspect, I cannot do.
Y'all, it really, okay. And so now, before this is over, guys, I'm going to get
I'll spank you in spades, but I just don't know how to shuffle.
I'm going to get a deck of cards because y'all know how y'all people do the bridge, like, you shuffle. I can do a little side shuffle and it looks, but people do, my sister does like the bridge, the little up,
Yeah, she
down,
does,
all
yeah.
of this extra. I'm like, oh my.
Yeah. Anyway, you're a decent shuffler though, so
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
going
wanna
to give
hear
you
all that.
guys a visual.
Anyway, okay.
Back
All right.
to that.
Back-
Okay, so
back to that.
anyways, see where my thumb is? Look at that cute picture on the back. Look at those people. Okay, anyways.
Read the book, woman.
Boom, where my thumb is. Understanding control versus respect. Sometimes, when in conflict with our spouse, we can either choose to bear down and not give up on being right, or we can loosen the grip and give respect to our spouse to be their own person within the proper parameters of marriage. Mr. Wellington, speak to that. I
Did I
know
write
you. Yes.
I wrote that.
That
That's-
is definitely.
That sound like me. It sounds something I would say.
Yeah, just I know we kind of control versus respect.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of with, as it relates to me, clearly. Just the whole aspect of not wanting to feel control. Like, you give people enough like rope to make their own decisions.
Yeah.
Just within the confines of, clearly, like, we're married, but just, hey, I trust you. I trust your decision making. I know that you are going to do what you need to do to make sure our marriage, like,
This is what it boils down to. Early on, I felt I don't think I was controlling. I know I was not controlling, but at the same time, though, I felt like I needed to control in order to have the respect. That's really what it was, because I wasn't sure if I had the respect of my spouse, the proper, in the way that I thought I needed it. I wasn't sure, but mine was all wrapped in my ego at the time. It was really about me. It wasn't even about you. It was really about me and my ego and my all my stuff. And so that's what it was for me. I had to understand to let that go. And I always say all the time, the number one way, or the best way for me to control my wife, is not to control my wife. Is that whatever it is that you desire to do, or to be, or how you want to express yourself, is how you were going to go about it. I want you to shine at your highest form. And because you know that there is freedom in that, and that there isn't a regime or whatever. I mean, we have standards, of course.
Yeah,
but we have standards.
absolutely.
I mean, we understand there are certain things that we are going to be respectful of. But as long as you understand that, it allows you to be respectful of the notion that, hey, listen, I'm able to be my own person with him. He's able to be his own person around me. And because of that, we are able to honor each other and to love each other and to respect each other because of those things.
Yes.
Because we allow ourselves to be ourselves, and we allow ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. So that's what it was. So it was a respecting that was grown out of not understanding, out of figuring out the control aspect. So that was kind of important. But it happens, the respect piece is way more important. That's how you get to the elevation of the transparency, of the real connection, of the real communication. Because sometimes when people try to do that controlling thing, it's like I said, the control thing is because they don't feel like they have the right amount of respect, or they don't think that they are respected enough, or there is an insecurity somewhere. But when you trust yourself,
Yes.
then that's where the confidence is. The confidence within yourself. We saw the video where they were talking about that. The root word of confidence is confide.
Yes.
The word confide means to trust. Do I
Yes.
trust myself enough that I don't have to be this egomaniac jerk in order to make sure my wife is the person that she needs to be?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Do I have to be a controlled person to make sure that my husband's doing what he needs to do?
Right.
So, there is when respect is given, And also at the same time, you have to make sure that you know the person that you're with, that the person that you're with is not going to take advantage of that.
That's big.
That's a piece about it as well, because
That's big.
That's once you see that lets you know what else can transpire. And I think once you see that there is respect that is there or that is not there, that lets you know how to interact or how to deal with them later on. That's the important piece. So that's what it is from the book. Just to be loving, just be respectful.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. So go out and get your copy of The Marriage Bubble. Don't meet me in the bubble. Beat me to the bubble, guys. All right?
All that in between.
All that in between.
So yeah, like I said, that was actually really good. That's actually pretty impressive that you actually were able to stop at that particular point in the book. That was
listen,
a section that I wrote
I'm
there.
telling you, when it's up to the spirit, I'm a willing vessel, guys. I'm out here. That's why sometimes I'm like, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Hey.
Jackie's the free spirit. She's the one that says, "Hey, we're gonna make it flow. We're gonna make it do what it do.
Listen,
we're gonna make it happen,
and
let's just do it." So
it's up to us.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I have in our bedroom. It really is a make it happen. I'm sorry, make it happen. It's something that we have in our bedroom, but when you really think about it, it's up to us. We're the only people who can make it happen. So if you want something, you have the ability to make it happen. So I think that's major. So get out there, make it happen, spread love, guys. We are moving the message of just marriage is a blessing forward, guys. It really is.
If you do the work.
Yes.
If you
do the work.
And it's constant work. And let me say this, that includes us as well. We are constantly working on ourselves.
Constantly, yes.
We are constantly working on ourselves to make sure that we can move forward continuously. So, it's everybody has their cross to bear, and so we're making sure that this is our cross to bear, that we do the right things in order to just bless each other, but also to be able to bless others.
Yes,
so that's
yes,
important.
yes.
That's
and let
really
me say
important.
something real quick about the constantly working and the constant effort. Honestly, that's what keeps it kind of fresh. Like, we're constantly making more strides, more effort. So
Instead of just saying, we're here.
Yeah,
okay.
like, we're good.
Right.
Like, let's settle into this place. Like, let's get comfortable. Go ahead and pitch a tent there. No, like, let's continue. And so that kind of keeps us in motion. That keeps us on our toes. That doesn't get us in a complacent place.
Because everybody changes.
Yeah.
This woman right here in front of me, I don't even think she recognized herself. If she were to see herself, if the Jackie from when we first got married were to meet the Jackie now, I think she would say, "Who is this person? Who is this person?" Because we grow, we evolve.
Real life, no,
and
seriously.
we have to adjust. And
Seriously.
how you love a person, how you deal with the person, how you interact with the person.
Yeah.
Certain things, certain cores remain the same though, but sometimes how that core functions in different areas is important to understand. So
That's major, babe, because honestly, I don't know, thinking about the events of just like this weekend, I actually celebrated like my 20th class reunion. So I have been up and out of there for 20 years. And so you really just kind of in going back down memory lane. I'm going to something else for my CrossFit anniversary this weekend. So it is a lot of reflection of who you once were. And it really is, if you knew me at certain points in life in certain instances or manners.
she was still a great person.
Right. Right. Thank you.
Let me make sure I put that out there.
But you may not, like, you don't know the new person that I am because there really has been a lot of growth. And I think like having those conversations through the growth, having those raw moments through the growth, having those just okay, we're going to stick in it and kind of once we kind of cleared, year 1 and year 2, and we had to kind of break down
And
our
start
marriage
over.
and kind of start in a different direction because what we were doing wasn't working.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, okay, we're in this direction, but this is kind of new. And so you're constantly experiencing just, unknowns, because we're starting on this path, but we're making a way.
Yeah.
And so just in that, as and having kids, and just as life moved us through, really kind of, I'm constantly looking, to the person who started this journey with me, and remembering at the core of it, regardless of what we encounter in our marriage, it was us who started this, and it was
Yeah.
us, and it is us at the foundation. And so making sure that we are always watering the foundation, because all of these things have come from the foundation. So if the foundation isn't good, then none of this is
The fruits
good.
can't be good.
It,
so
it, it can't
foundation
be
has
good.
to be solid. The
Definitely.
soil has to be good.
Absolutely. So we are definitely constantly, just doing what we need to do to make sure that we are in
Check in with your spouse. That's what we're
Yes.
saying, people. Check in with your
Yes.
spouse and be honest with your spouse. And
Yes.
that's be honest with your spouse. Be honest with the questions. Be honest with the answers.
right.
Uh,
Be honest with yourself first.
yeah,
Like, be honest with yourself,
yeah.
and then your spouse, and let's go through that, because
And
if
knowing
you
to pick and
can't,
choose.
yeah,
But-
knowing to pick and choose for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Don't just go by everything.
yeah,
You let the seat up.
yeah. I mean, like, let's just say, guys, if you got 100 things, let's start with. I always say, let's start with the top 3.
Yeah.
Let's start with the top 3. So you can't just fire everything at a person, but honestly, stepping back and maybe just kind of looking at it from a grateful lens, I feel like it's something that has just been a major factor in just myself, and in terms of just the way I look at things.
Yeah.
I really believe in, being grateful. And I don't know, like, I'm at a point now, like, where I'm just kind of constantly, but I probably wasn't always like that.
And that's where I say the growth was for
Yeah.
you. That's the area, because I would say if y'all know me, from being a life coach, from being a speaker, from being in that
A
realm,
magnificent man.
in being in that realm, that is what I have been doing for years, is really that gratitude, understanding that we have more control over our lives than what we really imagine. From just the natural aspect, we have more, we can control more about ourselves and what happens in our future, because God gave us that ability to.
Yes.
And so, where I don't think she understood it fully. It's not the fact that she was anti that. It was just the fact that she did not understand it fully.
Yes.
And so I would think that the maturation and the evolution, this seeing you move towards that, has been remarkable to see, because
Yes. Thank you, babe.
I see that she has like her moments, and she's like she's in her quiet time where she's just really
My quiet moments.
yeah, it's really cool to see, and that's another thing about it, it's seeing your spouse when the sparks, the flames are still there for you, baby.
Oh,
but
yes.
when the sparks are done and we are in the settle, because we're actually in the marriage piece.
Yeah.
Because when you first meet somebody, they're this, they're that, it's hot and heavy. Then it gets kind of like, okay, cool. Now we're kind of
right. This is
and then people get
Yes.
antsy because they don't know how to deal with that, or whatever the case is. And so, but that's what marriage is. It's about the steady. It's the steady.
Yes.
But seeing you in the steady change and become who you were designed and destined to be has really been an awesome thing. And
Thank you, babe.
I can honestly say I've seen the growth in you, and it's been awesome to really to see. She's still silly, but that's the part that really amazes me, though, because that's where you it makes it it makes it easier to love when you know the person's heart, when you know the person's intention, when you see them working on themselves, working for you, working on themselves, working for the greater good of the unit, of the family. Those are important things.
Yes.
You know, because listen, everybody's going to, people fall short, and we understand that. But when you understand what the main thing is, when you understand at the core, this is what they are looking to do. This is what they have been doing. You know, my intentions are this, my words say this, but also my actions show that as well. Mm-hmm. And so your actions and your words have always matched. And I appreciate that about you.
Thank you, babe.
So,
that is so special, babe.
Yeah.
And this is why it really, truly matters, because we've been around each other for...
This year makes 25. This month makes 25 years since we met. That's nothing as well. It's 25
wow.
years. 25
That's
years.
true.
Wow. 25 years, babe. Listen,
I know.
I met you 25 years ago on that bus.
Y'all, on the church bus.
And we went and we talked, and that's where it started.
Yes.
That's where it starts. So cheers to that, babe.
Cheers to that, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, but just in knowing this man through all of these phases of life, like I was 13 years old, so he has seen the major evolution. He has always been, Brandon has had these core, like he was prepared for life at 15. You know, the rest of these stages, I feel like all of us went through. I don't know. I'm like, he skipped it because he just has always been steady and firm in who he is, and just, I mean, a man of integrity since the day I have met him. He just is all of these amazing things. And as, you know, time goes on, and it matters who you're around, because I saw that. Like, you know, you spoke life into me. You definitely used any occasion you could to speak life into me. But just seeing the way you approach things when I'm, you know, freaking out like the sky is falling. Like,
right.
And you're just kind of like, hey, you know, cool, calm,
We're good.
collective.
We're good.
We're good. And that's, we're good.
We're good.
We're good. And it's like.
That is very true.
Yeah, it really, you know, in just the way we both approach things. You know, I have watched you. You have led me, and you've led our family. And so that has made a major impression on me, you know. So this is why you were part of my destiny. You were sent to lead me to who I was supposed to be, babe. So I am so grateful for you. You are so special to me.
I thank you, babe. I love you.
Yes,
I love
guys.
you.
So gratefulness. That is the message. That is the message. Take any opportunity to practice gratefulness, guys, because you need to be grateful for the seconds that you're getting. Don't take those for granted either. Yeah. So let the people around you know that you appreciate them, you love them, and you are grateful for them. So
because it changes
all of that, babe.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you too. Love you too. Love you too. I appreciate that. But I also want to say that as well. But no, being grateful or having a spirit of gratitude helps. It changes things.
Yes, it does.
Shifts.
It does.
Because instead of you complaining about what you don't have, you're able to fix your eyes on what you do have.
Yes.
And it allows you to build upon that.
Yeah, major.
And that's a little thing I just want to share there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We hear you, teacher. We hear you.
This one.
Yes.
All right, switching gears for a little bit. So dropping off the kids today.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that. We were talking about this earlier. So I told Jackie today, you know, I was dropping the kids off at school. And so the radio's on, and, you know, clearly over the past few days, a lot of the news has been about Jada Pinkett Smith. Jada Pinkett, sometimes Smith. And all right. But and we already did a podcast on her.
Right, so we're not
gonna, this is not gonna be a whole 40-minute whatever like we did last time. About Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. So my daughter, she's, you know, my son and my daughter in the car, and my daughter, she's like, Daddy, what's going on? Because they're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith, and they're like, everybody's like, everybody has turned on Jada Pinkett Smith at this point. They're like, oh, she need to go sit down. She's embarrassing. Whatever the case is, they're going
in on her.
Yeah, they're going in on her now at this point. She brought on herself. I hate it.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
She brought on herself.
Absolutely.
But this one lady was like on the radio. She was like, she's embarrassing all women, and Jada needs to do this. And Jada needs to sit down. She needs to sit down. She's embarrassing us all, whatever the case is. Jada needs to be quiet. And my daughter looks at me and she says, Daddy, they're saying my name. Why they saying my name? What they saying about me? Why they talking about me? Clearly, by now, you should know what our daughter's name is by now. I was like, no, they're not talking about you. They're talking about another Jada. They're talking about another Jada, not you, babe.
Another Jada. So listen up, Jada Pinkett Smith. You're going to have to do much better because my baby is worried about her name image, and I'm not having it.
Keep my daughter's name out your mouth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, get it together. We're going to send thoughts and prayers and good energy you guys' way.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like it's personal now because Jada baby.
You messing up my daughter's good
Jada
name.
baby is upset, guys. Jada baby is upset, guys. So listen, one last quick thing because we just kind of wanted to jump on quickly, but I know maybe episode or so back, a few episodes back, I started a Jackie Says. And so, as I was getting prepped up, I felt one in my soul. So
is it time for Jackie Says?
I think it's time, guys.
It's Jackie Says.
Boom, boom.
It's Jackie Says.
Boom, boom.
It's Jackie Says.
Boom, boom.
I'm going to make that like the new thing now.
All right, guys. Oh. Don't forget the fan. Wait, let me get that right, guys.
Yeah, try it again. Wait a minute now.
And a little
Wait a minute.
All right, guys. Anyways.
Why are we like this? Why are we like this?
Today's message for Jackie Says comes back from the book of her. The artist. Her, the artist. I mean, I'm a fan, guys. I'm a fan.
She likes her.
So I was listening to her song, Focus. I'm sure plenty of you guys have heard it. But there is a part of the song that just says, I feel alone even when we're alone, guys. I feel alone even when we're alone. And that don't cost a thing. Y'all, what are we saying here, guys? It really is going back to some of the things we talked about earlier, guys. But take the time, guys. Like, tap into the moment. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. Be present in the moment. Don't take people or things for granted. Show them how you feel about them. Tell them how you feel about them. Just don't take this opportunity for granted.
And take time to know the person so that they don't feel alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we're not, we're actually engaged. We're actually connecting. We're actually enhancing each other's lives. The roommate status, we don't like that. Like, nobody in marriage who is even in that phase is comfortable in that phase. Truly. If you really, really dig deep, you're not comfortable in that stage. You've just fallen into that stage and you feel like, oh, so much is happening, you can't get out. So guys, like, take the time. Let's do what we need to do. Do what we need to do. So focus on your significant other. It's free. This is the person that you chose. It's only your whole life. Exactly. And that's another part of it. Everybody has kind of got into this mentality where it's not your whole life. You didn't commit your whole life. You didn't vow your whole life. Like, we're just going to be in this little situationship and agreement for 2 to 3 years, get what we need to get out of it, and then, move on. No. Marriage is for life. It was designed for life. So if you're not coming into it with that mentality, then I would tell you, don't do it. it.
Don't do it.
Do what you need to do, but don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay? If that's your mentality. So, anyways, that concludes another Jackie Says.
All right. The thoughts. I always like to do that. The thoughts and
thoughts
views
and-
expressed. No, I'm with it.
Thoughts
I'm
and
with it.
views of the people.
Yeah, the thoughts and views of this podcast. I'm with you on that one, babe.
Yeah.
So, but you know,
He
but
agrees this time.
I
guys.
agree. So, but you said something though about the whole roommate thing or whatever the case is. So my thing is, I want to speak to those people real quick. I want to speak to the roommates real quick.
Yes, come on.
Because we have known of roommates happening, situations happening in the past years or whatever the case is. So I remember one time I got asked, what do you tell people who are in that roommate phase? And so the thing is, what I tell people is someone has to break the mold because you are in a mold now where you feel stuck and you can't change it. And you don't want to rock the boat anymore because everything's quiet, because there is no communication, there is no intimacy. It is a roommate phase, but because you've been doing it for so long, it's going to feel awkward. The only way you can fix the situation is by making it awkward.
Yes.
You have to break out of that.
Get uncomfortable. Yeah,
exactly. There's no way you cannot just organically or just naturally just break out of that. Or if there's any change or shift that you want in your life, nothing is going to feel organic. It comes with you pushing or resisting or going against whatever the flow is in life. So if the currents are going one way and you're just going with it, but it's not the direction that you want to go, you actually have to make a shift and actually disrupt the flow in order to actually start the movement and build the momentum up.
Disrupt the flow.
All right? You have to understand, disruption happens once momentum is shifted.
Come on now, sir.
So, once you start making that move, you're going to feel that friction start to happen.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Yes.
No one likes it. We understand
That's
that.
that
But if you really want to make a change, or if you want to see a change, you have to be the one to do it. Stop waiting for he needs to do it first.
Yes.
She needs to do it first.
Yes.
Put on your big girl and big boy pants and you do it first. Because
Yes.
you recognize it. If you recognize it,
Yes.
then you need to do it. Whoever smelt it dealt it. Remember that?
I'm telling you, let's do it.
If you know it, if you smell that you need to make a change, or somebody needs to make a change, it's probably you that needs to do it.
Right. If you
So let's
smell
do
that a
it.
change needs to be made,
That's all it is.
then start with yourself.
That's all it is.
Start with the man in the mirror.
Word to MJ.
Yes.
So that's the part I would say, because it's a
woman.
Right. It's a mountain that it's a mountain that you're going to have to climb, okay? But it's worth climbing if you put in the work, and someone has to do that.
Yes.
That's really what it is. You have to do it. You have to do it. What do you want to say, babe? You got something?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, no.
I felt. I was like,
You felt me. You felt me.
I thought you
Sorry.
had
It
something.
actually was. I was just trying to honestly make that little rattle stop. That's the truth.
Okay, it's fine. But yeah, that's what it is. And then for the people who feel like they're not sure where it's going, it hasn't gotten to that phase, but it's whatever. I always say, what we talk about in the book, it's just honor the role.
Honor the role, guys.
And if you continue to honor your role, as the husband of the house or as the wife of the house, it will allow it will make sure that you guys don't get too far away.
Yes.
And that's something that I think is honestly
the
true.
role.
No matter what you may feel is going on, it's the actions that really help with the momentum of the marriage, of the relationship. I always say all the time, love is not about a feeling, it's about an action.
Yeah.
It's what we do. You
Action
may not feel like
word.
doing certain things, but you do it because you love the person.
Yeah.
And because you know that you need to. And so if we have taken these vows to honor and to love each other and to protect and provide for each other, then we're going to do those things no matter what. And so what you find is that eventually, even though it feels like work, but the more you continuously do it, then eventually the less it feels like work can actually become something that is part of your everyday thing, and you will see the change happen. There's no way when you put in the effort consistently.
Yes, consistently.
When you put in the effort consistently,
come on,
that's where you see
not
the
just
change.
once.
Yeah, not just one, because I mean, and sometimes it's great. It's great if you can get in one hit.
And that's
quitter.
a start. That's
You know,
a start. That's a start.
But that's like I said. Once you do it the first time, you're going to be met with resistance, because, like I said, it's the flow. It's the flow that's going one way, and now it's like, wait a minute, what's happening here? That's where the resistance is, and you get discouraged because you see that you're getting the resistance off the first attempt. You have to be diligent and consistent. You know, if you're persistent, you will get it. But if you're consistent, you will keep it.
Yes,
keep it. So let's work on being persistent and then being consistent.
Come on.
And that will help with the shift. I just want to say that real quick.
Help
That's
with
my
the
little spiel.
shift. That's his spiel, guys. So go get the book. We're back here.
She should have been.
Go get the
I tell her she should have been a
book.
promoter.
Listen,
in her life.
I'm out here, baby. When it's with a purpose,
Yeah.
when it's passionate, when it's yours, when you know
Yeah.
that the Lord has brought you here and placed you in the seat for a reason, then it's in you. So anyways, I mean, what else can we say, babe?
I don't know. What else can we say?
I don't know. I think it's time for the spill, babe. Go ahead and give it to us.
The spill. I think it's going to be just me just giving you guys the rundown. So, here's the rundown.
He didn't like my word, guys. Here's
No,
the rundown.
I know. I was like, what is the spill? Oh, you mean the rundown?
Yes. Whatever.
I'm sorry. Look, it took me a minute.
It's okay, babe.
Thank you guys for listening to A Love Like That podcast. Hey, listen, make sure that you guys subscribe to our podcast. Make sure that you go subscribe on YouTube, okay, at youtube.com/@A Love Like That _. Make sure that you guys are following us on Instagram at A Love Like That _ on Facebook at A Love Like That LLC.
Yes.
Follow us on Spotify and on iTunes. Subscribe. Make sure that you guys sign up for our workshops. Actually, we have our 5-day marriage bubble challenge, which we have going on. Actually, the first one starts tonight. Actually, that we got going
We're
on.
getting
So we got to
geared
get that going on
excited, guys.
for this month. And like I said, we have another one coming up next month as well. So make sure that you guys get signed up for that as well. So this is where we're going to do a lot of great things with special couples.
Yes.
And so we're looking forward to that. So sign up for all
Special
things that are about
couples.
marriage with us right here. Like I said, from our coaching packages to our date nights to our events to our workshops,
All of it.
to our retreats. We're doing a lot of
We're doing
we're
all
doing a lot
of
of
it.
things aggressively this year as we get for the new year as well. But listen, anyways, I'm not gonna hold you. Let you guys go ahead about your business. I'm Brandon.
About your business. I'm so sorry, babe. I messed
Okay,
it up.
we'll try it again. Okay,
I messed it up,
okay.
guys. All right.
I'm Brandon,
I'm Jacqueline.
and this is a Love Like That podcast. Take care. Peace.
Peace.